And
All
it
right.
seems we are live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Video Marketing Secrets, our weekly live stream where we're talking about exactly this, the video marketing success. And I am Daniel,
And I'm Peter.
and we are sharing this success with you. We are two guys that have found that marketing with video is just the thing, and we went all in.
And now we're sharing the secrets of success with you.
Exactly. And so we are thrilled to guide you in this eighth episode this week, or this week marks the eighth episode, and we've already done like 2 months, so that's quite a solid record, I would say. And thank you, Peter, for being there, and so
Yeah.
for having that as the courage and also the confidence to do it, because that's the
One of the
basic
secrets.
ingredient. Yeah,
Is that the secret we're going to talk about today is
that's it.
confidence, right?
That's it. Because, that is, of course, wrapped into this thing about the getting into the doing of videos. And of course, we all want to go quickly into the things that we are interested in, and we want to have a success with. But if we don't have this key ingredient, if we are overcoming anything else that is holding us back, then we are basically doomed again back to basics, and we're not going out of this comfort zone. And so here the key ingredient is the confidence. And let me just share you a quick story. And so it was, for example, yesterday when I wrote a post, and I thought, exactly, so I need to put in another smiley and another emoji. And then basically I hit one wrong type or one key of the keyboard, and then the post was gone because I entered it already into Facebook, and it was such a cool idea. And then I thought,
Oh,
okay,
oh.
it's gone. So of course still I have the idea, and the idea is still what we will be talking about. But the thing is also, how can we eliminate as many as possible the obstacles that hold us back from getting where we really want to go?
Is that how you would describe confidence? Being able to eliminate obstacles?
Great. So I see that we are constantly thinking about, do I have time for that? Do I, what do other people say? What would be
Is it
the,
going to work?
well, it's not perfect. And then the only thing that is needed, or what is holding you back from doing that, is confidence, because it's never perfect. You never have the best timing. It's
No.
never perfect in this regard. And so this is why,
Mm,
if you don't have confidence, if you're also not having this, well, exact this thing, okay, I want to do it, I also believe that I can do it, and you throw yourself in like we are doing today, like with a quite limited time, so you're never doing it.
Yeah, there's always an excuse why to not do it. I'm not good enough. I don't have the education. I don't have the right network. I don't have the right offer yet. I don't have the right experience yet. Are you saying that there's let's say subtle tricks and secrets to overcome all these fears so that you just do it anyway?
Hmm. So first, it's like the awareness that you want to overcome this and that it's holding you back, and also the awareness what your goal is, where you really want to go, and what's also maybe something
Mm.
you could say is your purpose. And so to identify that, and not kind of pushing it down and saying, okay, that's not important because
Yeah,
at the end. And then there
that
is
brings a lot
really.
of clarity. When you know that, it brings a lot of clarity. But I think a lot of people don't know that, or again, coming back to the same point, we're not confident to go for what we really want. So we go for something kind of like half what we want, half what society wants, or half what sounds reasonable, you know.
I think a great example is like a conversation I had with just an interested prospect yesterday who became a client. And it was amazing to see that kind of beliefs change within the conversation, because it was about LinkedIn, and we will talk about LinkedIn then the next week, by the way. But it was about a feature of LinkedIn that this client really thought she needed to have. And then, of course, I
Mhm.
explained it and how it's working. And then we also went over like the digital presence of this client. And I said, well, it's all perfect. It looks really perfect to me. But to be honest, I don't see really who you are there. There is no at, like authentic piece of you where you explain it. I think there's video missing. And that was the thing there where she really kind of listened in, and basically the whole thing changed. That I said, well, how do you want it to be? Do you want me to help you with like a video, a short video, or would you like me to interview you? Because sometimes that's easier, for example, like with us right now. And she
Yeah.
said that, okay, let's do a video and let's do a live. I wanted to do a live video anyways, always, but I never did it. And this is something where I would say, in hindsight, now it's a little bit procrastination that we think, okay, I need this feature. I need to have at least 500 people who follow me on LinkedIn. But we do not go for the things that, well, there is this thing, also this book called Eat That Frog. That is
Yeah.
sometimes the thing that we don't really want to do because we are afraid and we don't have enough confidence to do. And so therefore we are wiggling around and we're trying something else. And I would say, so if you would like to start into the year 2024 with strength and really with a boost, then this is the time now to work on your confidence. And everybody needs that. Like, if you know, if you are the president, or if you are if you are just
Mhm.
starting your business, I think we are all feeling confident in some way. But on the other hand, we are also seeing this field that we need to progress. And so we are always rewarded where we are
I,
going in into our biggest kind of fear.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I see a lot of people though, they have a lack of confidence because they have a lack of knowledge and experience.
Mm.
So,
It
so there's that. It comes back to that concept of the knowledge gap and the implementation gap. So we might know a lot of things, but we're not, we're not able to implement for one reason or another.
what a lot of
We need that,
yeah,
say.
Peter. I exactly see that too. So I have a lot of clients in the education sector. And here, of course, we are now at the end of the year, and they are gearing up with, well, showing their what they can do for education. And that's all fine. I think education is very important. So often we do underestimate what we already know and think we need some new shiny object that, well, a new title or a new whatever little diploma or something that brings us over. And I have a PhD, so I felt horrible after the PhD because I felt that knew less, and I felt less confident actually than before
Really?
because it wasn't really a
Wow.
match. Yeah. And so of course now I learned to wear it with kind of with dignity, the thing. But it was really this thing that I thought, wow, okay, so there's something missing. My school wasn't like the easiest route, and so I have to prove it. And it was kind of a ride. And the thing that we underestimate is that, again, sort of confidence is the first requirement of any undertaking. So you can be so so you can have the most diplomas, and so you have so much knowledge, but if you don't put the rubber on the road, or when the rubber hits the road or whatever, then you are not achieving anything. So it's
If
actually holding you
do it,
back again. So don't have this feeling of
yeah.
success and confidence again.
Reminds me of this book. Maybe you know Marie Folio. She wrote a book called "Everything is Figure Outable." It's,
Yeah.
you you kind of just her basic premise is you need to just start and you'll
Yeah.
figure it out along the way, because if you're a person that's always waiting to be ready, that's your constant state of being, is never being ready, and you never do anything.
And so there's a process, Peter. So there is this process where first you are the important is to reflect on your real goals and not only like some like the next agenda goals or something. So what is it do you really want, and then what is also driving you, and then exactly also what is holding you back, because there are these
Mm.
programs, there are these limitations, limiting beliefs, however you want to call it, paradigms, people say, that are standing in
Mhm.
your way. And so as we're talking about video, this is of course one major obstacle. Okay, it's not good enough, so I don't have the time. It would be, so if you're watching this client here, is of course we are hearing this, it is important but it's not urgent right now. But okay, so you have to make it an urgency. So it's like your if you want to connect with your clients, and if you want to see clients, if you want to show clients who you are and how you react and how what your
Mhm.
position is, want to be kind of in this regard trustworthy, then you have to reach out. And that's a live moment, and the live moment is always something where many things are counting in. And so you have to be confident in that, because the light can fall off, or whatever, the microphone cannot work, or
The
somebody's
internet
coming
can
in.
switch off.
Exactly. The world is falling apart. But I wanted to also to ask you, when you hear that confidence and getting out of your comfort zone and stuff, you are an entrepreneur. And so where do you experience that, like this growth out of the comfort zone, Peter?
Every day,
Mm,
absolutely every day. I find also it's like a muscle.
mm,
It's the same as a muscle. You need to build it, and also the same as a muscle. If you take on too much, if you try to lift too much, you can get fatigued or burned out from it in a way. So yeah, I need to build it up by giving yourself, next level confidence. Do 101%. Do like, just one little percent,
mm.
something that you need to be confident for to do.
And of course, I would say the thing where I am in a way uh, looking always for confidence is like, okay, is that something that the client wants, is that good enough for the client? And of course sometimes you're also
Mhm.
giving too much, that you're, because out of this confidence you're saying, out of this you want to like over deliver, which is always good, over deliver, but sometimes it's also being a
That
little
can
bit
also hurt,
also, yeah, can
like the
also hurt.
zealous Sherpa. You know the story of the zealous Sherpa?
Oh, tell me.
By the way, I get some feedback on the audio. Don't know
Okay,
if you
maybe
can
I need
fix it.
to.
I,
Oh
I
yes,
hear
maybe.
myself.
Maybe I need to turn down a little bit the microphone.
So the
Okay,
zealous
so let's.
Sherpa, this is a story that Frank Kern tells. You know Frank Kern, he's one of the godfathers of digital marketing, let's say.
Okay.
He said, so there's a Sherpa. He helps people climb Mount Everest. These guys that carry the
Yeah.
heavy loads. And this particular Sherpa, he's been online. He's been learning about marketing, and he decides he's going to be a high ticket Sherpa. So instead of charging the customary $1,000, he's going to charge $10,000, high ticket price. And he's like, well, if I'm charging 10 times more, I got to deliver 10 times more of the value. So instead of one tent, I'm going to bring 10 tents. And instead of one sleeping bag, I'm going to bring 10 sleeping bags.
Okay.
And in that way, just bring unnecessary overload by trying to compensate your lack of confidence
Mm.
in what you deliver.
Yeah, and so yeah, of course we are uh, all dealing with that, and if man, woman, and also I think being an entrepreneur is kind of how do you say, that's a breeding or like a rotator for that, or how do you say that if you are really experiencing that in in a concentration, in focus, that you have to be, well, confident every day because you are in front of the client. And if you are having an
Yeah.
employed job, I think a lot of this is kind of first not seen because you have the business, you have your structure of the organization, so you have your position, you have your office, you have your perks, whatever. But I can also see, and that's also my experience, like in the advertising field, that's really quickly gone. If the company decides, okay, so there's a corona outbreak, so we need to get rid of people, lay off people. It's not because of you personally, but it's because of you personally, by the way. And and things like
You're not
that.
as good
So
as the
if
other guys.
if you are exactly, if you are not confident, and if you don't have any other visions, and I would say purpose and goals, then it is, yeah, so you are always dependent on what's going on in the outside. And so the
Yeah.
idea is, with something that I would also like to propose, is the confidence camp, it's called. And that's an
Yeah.
8-week
Okay.
course. I'm participating as a mentor. And there we are starting to, well, first, like, showing or discovering what is your really deep desire and what's your purpose and what's your objective, and then what's standing in your way, and also what story are you telling yourself, and how can you rewrite your story, and how can you also forgive in this regard what has been sometimes holding you back, because sometimes there's also a lot of remorse that we think, oh, I should have done this, or it would have been better. And
Mm.
then really building up that faith,
Mm.
and also this energy towards this new goal, this like higher self, or whatever you will call it. But at least, though, this idea of that you are towards your goal that is really driving you, and yeah, moving towards
How is this
that.
relevant for those people watching who want to, know more about video and video marketing and driving their business forward?
It's the core. I think the core is that
Mm.
everybody knows that video is there, and then they are seem to wait because it's kind of an unpleasant thing. It's an inconvenient thing to do. Well, you need to, well, devote a little bit time, but it's not necessary. It's never the time. It's the thing to say, well, I am standing there in front of the camera and I don't feel that confident about it. There are none of us is born with this kind of camera confidence. Of course, there are some qualities of some people that makes them easier to do it, but still, this is a thing that I would say that I identify as the main thing with my clients, that they actually have a mission to tell, or they want also to really move something. They have something that they're burning for, but then they don't have the confidence to reach out. And that's,
Mm.
from my point of view, really pity, because the world is
Yeah.
waiting for you. The world is waiting for
Yeah.
your service, right?
And you mentioned something earlier that was very interesting. The regret people have, oh, why didn't I do that? Why didn't I try that? And I think all of these regrets tie into simply confidence,
Mm-hmm.
self confidence, because you could have tried. I mean, if you really
Mm-hmm.
narrow it down or really get down to it, let's say, what's the worst that can go wrong? It's usually not so bad, and
Mm-hmm.
it's just a lack of this self confidence that
Yeah.
I'm going to
And
be okay, and I should go for this, and this is what I need to and should do.
it's always, I just had this idea, and it's also following your impulse, your intuition in a moment. And I'm just saying it, Peter, because I'm always starting with this rock, and so everybody knows it maybe now is the part of the Berlin Wall. And I have it here as a little memorabilia next to me, because it reminds me of so many things. And one thing I find incredibly great as a story, just as the story. Now we are around the 9th of November when the Berlin Wall fell some, well, 40 years ago or 30 years ago. And that was actually, how did it fall, the wall? It was a press conference where somebody basically was just asked the right questions. So this kind of press secretary then said, well, there is this new declaration, people could travel, but we don't know. So and it was a little bit unclear. And then the reporter, the journalist, just asked, okay, when is this going to be? And so this question sort of opened up the Berlin Wall, basically. So it was just the right
Yeah.
question. And I think the guy who read this declaration wasn't even sure, or was kind of half decided, but he waited for kind of somebody to reflect this. And so I think this thing, okay, you can travel as of now, so of course changed the whole world. And it's the thing where you also need outside reflection. So you can say a journalist, somebody who asks, an interview partner, or a coach that really helps you to save a lot of time. And so this is why, yeah, here's the invitation for everybody who's watching this now live or as a replay. It starts November the 6th, and that's done from the Napoleon Hill Institute. That's called Confidence
We
Camp, and I'm
don't.
part of it.
Can you show us the
Of course.
slide you made? I don't see
Thank
it.
you very much. So look, this is also, so you're
Yeah.
helping me overcome my, so that, okay, can I show it now? So this is it. It's an 8-week course. So we're going over each week one topic, starting with, as I just said, the goal, and then we're getting to what is holding you back, and then also how can you rewrite your story, become more confident. It's a top program for an absolute very low price to enter, and it's 8 weeks, and so it's all done
Mm.
for helping you to to finish off the year 2023 with a bang and start 2024 with a boost. And so here is, like, first, that's the site here to register or to see more. That's the landing page, and that's done by the Napoleon Hill Institute. Napoleon Hill, we know that's the guy who was basically the starter of the self-help industry, who wrote a lot of books about, well, we are talking about the secret of marketing success, about the secret, what is the secret of success, basically. And so all his books have really sparked the whole coaching and let's say self-development industry, I would say.
Yeah, because it
And
works.
yeah, and so this is why I'm super, of course, humble also to be in there as an
You're
ambassador.
inspired. I can tell you're inspired. This is
Thank
a
you.
topic you love. It's a topic that works, and it's a topic you love sharing with people. So
Thank you.
go
Yeah,
for it.
we are going for it. Thanks for your boost of confidence here. And of course, if everybody, if I'm especially inspired when people who have something they really passionate about can finally live it. And as you just
Mm.
said, there are so many things we're holding us back every day, and but there are some of these decisions we regret, and so if
Uh,
they're only becoming louder in this regard. And so this is why confidence, the requirement of any undertaking. And it's also an unfinished story. It goes on, of course. You always have to, you are you are going forward and you're having a success, but you're never finally there. Of course, there's always something to go for. But on the other hand, if we procrastinate and if we don't do nothing or anything, so then
yeah,
we will not have any progress at all.
yeah, absolutely. Sometimes you just gotta do something, and it's a lot easier when you have clarity and confidence.
Yeah, and so this is why I, of course, I invite you too, Peter. So you're such a strong person, and I feel your energy as well. So it would be exactly also a strong How can I
Yeah,
say
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, okay,
I hope a
cool.
lot of people watching this are going to join
Yeah,
and let just spread the word, people.
yeah.
Put the link up again so everyone can
Here is the
see and
link.
check it out.
And it's
Because if you,
confidence.topofmind.coach. And the topofmind.coach, that's also my domain that I secured some years ago, because I thought, okay, so to be top of mind, that's actually an expression for marketing. You
Mhm.
also, yeah, you need to be seen. So as we just said, the more you talk to people and the more they see you, the more you are top of mind. But also to be out
Yeah,
there and to be
yeah,
courageous and confident to be seen. Yeah, you need to do something. You need to have
it
a
can be
top
learned.
mindset. Thank you so
Wonderful.
much.
Thank you.
And so, yeah,
Thank
we see us
you for
next
bringing
week
this
then.
to us.
It was a great
Yes,
pleasure.
every
And
Friday, same time, same place.
that's so cool.
Secrets of
Peter,
Marketing with.
Daniel, and with Peter. Okay,
And
bye. Yes, here we
see you next time.
go. See you. Bye bye. All the best.